Have you ever thought about what determines your worth? What is it that makes you valuable? Dive into the intriguing world of self-esteem. Self-esteem, a term heard often but not fully understood. It represents the overall sense of personal value, personal worth. It's not fixed like height or the color of eyes. Self-esteem is malleable, measurable, and most importantly, improvable. You might think, isn't that just self-image or self-concept? Not quite. Self-concept is the perception of selves. Self-image can sometimes be based on false or inaccurate thoughts. Self-esteem, however, is a deeper understanding, an acknowledgement of personal and self-worth. It's similar, more about recognition that we are valuable human beings worthy of love, irrespective of achievements or skills. So self-esteem isn't merely about self-perception, but recognizing and embracing intrinsic value. Self-esteem reveals a complex, nuanced concept going beyond mere self-perception. Self-confidence, self-efficacy, self-compassion, how do these relate to self-esteem? It's a good question. Let's delve deeper. Self-confidence, to start with, is the trust in one's ability to tackle challenges. It's the courage that makes you take that leap of faith, despite the odds. But self-confidence isn't self-esteem. Sure, they're friends, but they're not twins. Now let's meet self-efficacy. This is your belief in your ability to succeed at certain tasks. It's that reassuring voice that whispers, "You've got this." But again, self-efficacy isn't self-esteem. They're like cousins, related but distinct. Lastly, there's self-compassion, a concept that focuses on how we relate to ourselves. It's the gentle art of being your own best friend, especially when times are tough. But even this isn't self-esteem. They might be neighbors, but they live in different houses. Each of these aspects of self is important in its own right, yet they aren't interchangeable with self-esteem. Self-esteem is about our overall sense of value or worth. It's the core belief that we are valuable human beings, deserving of love. Understanding these differences helps us grasp the unique nature of self-esteem. Where does self-esteem come from? Is it internal, external, or a combination of both? This question has been at the forefront of psychological research for years. Let's dive into this intriguing concept. Abraham Maslow, a renowned psychologist, proposed a hierarchy of needs, placing esteem needs significantly high on his pyramid. These esteem needs encompass our desire for respect, recognition, and appreciation from others, reflecting the external aspects of self-esteem. They are the applause we receive, the accolades that adorn our walls, and the affirmations we cherish. However, Maslow also recognized the importance of self-respect and self-confidence, which represent the internal aspects of self-esteem. Dr. Martin Seligman, another influential figure in psychology, raises a critical concern about self-esteem. He cautions against the trend of injecting self-esteem into one's identity without considering how it is obtained. It's not enough to simply have self-esteem, Seligman argues. The process by which we gain it is equally important. Are we building our self-esteem on authentic accomplishments and personal growth? Or are we relying too heavily on external validation? In essence, self-esteem is a complex interplay between how we perceive ourselves and how we believe others perceive us. It's a dance between our internal sense of worth and the external feedback we receive. But remember, the music to which we dance is often our own self-talk. So how does this dance affect our lives? Well, when balanced, it can lead to a healthy self-concept, nourishing our mental well-being. But when one side overpowers the other, it can lead to either an inflated ego or crippling self-doubt. Self-esteem is a delicate balance between how we see ourselves and how we believe others see us. Let's remember to keep this balance in check, nurturing both our internal and external sources of self-esteem. Now that we understand what self-esteem is, how can we improve it? Well, research indicates that self-esteem is not a static state, but rather a dynamic quality that can be nurtured and enhanced. One of the key strategies to bolster self-esteem is cultivating self-compassion, which involves treating ourselves kindly, especially during times of failure or when we feel inadequate. When we are compassionate towards ourselves, we acknowledge our humanness, our flaws, and our capacity for growth, which in turn fosters a healthier self-esteem. Another potent strategy is positive self-talk. The conversations we have with ourselves can either lift us up or pull us down. By consciously shifting our internal dialogue to be more affirming and supportive, we can begin to alter our self-perception, thereby boosting our self-esteem. It's about acknowledging our strengths, celebrating our achievements, and being kind to ourselves even when we stumble. Challenging negative self-perceptions is equally important. It's easy to fall into the habit of defining ourselves by our mistakes or perceived shortcomings. However, it's crucial to remember that our worth is not determined by our failures or insecurities. By actively challenging these negative perceptions, we can start to see ourselves in a more balanced and positive light. Taking these steps may not always be easy, but they are worthwhile. It's about shifting our mindset and being patient with ourselves throughout the process. And don't forget, you're not alone in this journey. Many people are working towards improving their self-esteem, just like you. Remember, self-esteem is not fixed. With understanding and effort, we can cultivate a healthier sense of self-worth. As we wrap up our discussion on self-esteem, we want to remind you that this is a journey, not a destination. Improving your self-esteem is a lifelong commitment that requires patience, persistence, and a lot of self-love. It's about acknowledging your worth, celebrating your victories, and learning from your failures. It's about embracing your uniqueness and loving yourself unconditionally. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. There are countless resources available that can help you navigate the path to improved self-esteem. For example, selfesteemit.com is a comprehensive website dedicated to providing tools, tips, and resources on how to foster healthier self-esteem. From informative articles and inspiring stories to interactive quizzes and expert advice, there's a wealth of information at your fingertips. So don't hesitate to reach out and seek support. Improving your self-esteem is a journey, and it's one that you don't have to embark on alone. Visit selfesteemit.com for more information and resources on self-esteem. It's time to embrace your self-worth and step into your power. Remember, you're worthy, you're capable, and you're enough just as you are.